tick, tock, tick, tock. For 47 years, that sound was the background music of his life. He woke up to it. He worked to it. He slept to it. But one Tuesday morning at exactly 9:41 a.m., the clock stopped ticking. And for the first time, Adrian heard something else, something he had been ignoring his entire life. Meet Adrian. To the outside world, Adrian was a success story. He had the corner office, he had the expensive watch, he had the car that made people turn their heads. But inside his home, he was a stranger. Every morning he would rush past his wife Sarah, who was making coffee. He'd give a quick, distracted kiss to his daughter Mia, who was trying to show him a drawing. "Not now, sweetie, Daddy's late," he'd say, and then he'd disappear into his car and into his world of deadlines. The clock in his study was a family heirloom. It had belonged to his grandfather, and every evening, when Adrian came home exhausted, that clock would greet him. Tick, tock, tick. It was the only sound that didn't ask anything of him. Life had become a checklist. Close the deal, hit the target, pay the mortgage. He was so busy building a future that he forgot to live in the present. He told himself he was doing it for them, for his family. Once I get this promotion, he thought, then I'll relax, then I'll go on that vacation. But the promotion came, and then the next one. And the thens just kept piling up. That Tuesday started like any other. He woke up, showered, and headed to the study to grab his briefcase, and that's when he noticed it. Silence. He stopped walking. The air felt thick. For the first time in decades, the house was completely silent. He looked at the clock. The pendulum was still. The hands were frozen at 9:41. He shook it, gently at first, then harder. Nothing. A strange feeling washed over him. It wasn't anger that the clock was broken. It wasn't anger that the clock was broken. It was emptiness. The ticking had been the heartbeat of the house, and now the house felt dead. He walked to the kitchen, expecting to see Sarah rushing. But the kitchen was dark. The counters were clean. No coffee, no toast, no Mia. He checked the garage. Her car was gone. Panic, small at first, began to bubble in his chest. He pulled out his phone. Dozens of missed messages, but not from today. From yesterday. From last week. Texts he had swiped away without reading. He opened one from Mia. It was a picture of a crayon drawing. It showed 3 stick figures, a mom, a little girl, and a dad. But the dad was drawn behind a black rectangle. Underneath, in messy kid writing, it said, "My daddy is busy." He read Sarah's last message. "We need to talk. Really talk." He hadn't replied. Suddenly, the silence wasn't just empty, it was loud. It was screaming at him. He ran to the living room. He ran to Mia's room. He opened her closet. Half the clothes were gone. He stumbled back to the master bedroom, his breath getting shorter. He opened Sarah's closet. Empty. And then, standing there in the middle of that empty closet, surrounded by the smell of her perfume that was already fading, the clock in his mind started ticking again. But this time, it wasn't counting seconds. It was counting lost moments. He saw her face the time he came home late on their anniversary. He saw the disappointment. He saw Mia's smile fade the 100th time he said, "Daddy has to work." He saw the space growing between them. A space he was too busy to notice. He had spent 47 years chasing time, trying to save it, manage it, and conquer it. And in that moment, frozen on the bedroom floor, he realized something. Time isn't something you manage. It's something you live. And he hadn't been living. He had been waiting. He was waiting for the weekend, waiting for the bonus, waiting for the right time. But life doesn't happen in the waiting. It happens in the middle of the ticking. The clock stopped ticking, and suddenly he understood. He understood that his daughter didn't need a bigger room. She needed a father in it. He understood that his wife didn't need more things. She needed a partner who was present. He understood that success means nothing if you have no one to share it with. He picked up his phone. This time, he didn't send a text. He called. It rang. Once, twice, 3 times. His heart pounded. "Sarah? Please, just listen. Don't hang up." There was a pause. A long, painful pause. I know I've been a ghost. I know I missed everything that mattered. The clock in the study stopped today. And for the first time, I heard how quiet our home had become without you in it. I don't want to manage time anymore. I just want to spend it. With you, with Mia. Please, can we try? Can we try right now? He waited. The silence on the phone was worse than the silence in the house. It was the silence of consequence. Then a soft voice, Sarah's voice. "Where are you right now?" Adrian looked around the empty room. I'm home. But it doesn't feel like home without you." Another pause. Then, "We're at the park. The one near Mia's school, the one you always promised to take her to." He didn't take the car. He ran. He ran faster than he had ever run to any meeting. He ran past the coffee shops and the office buildings. He ran because for the first time in his life, he was running towards his life, not away from it. He saw them. Sarah was sitting on a bench, looking tired but peaceful. Mia was on the swings, pumping her little legs, flying into the air. He walked up slowly. Sarah looked at him. Her eyes were red. She didn't smile. But she didn't look away. He didn't say anything. He just walked past the bench, right over to the swings. Mia saw him. She stopped swinging. "Daddy?" He knelt down in the wood chips. His expensive pants ruined. He didn't care. "Mia," he said, his voice cracking. "I am so sorry I've been behind that black rectangle for so long. Can you show me how to swing? Can you teach me how to fly?" Mia looked at her mom, confused. Sarah nodded, a tiny, hopeful nod. Mia jumped off the swing. "Okay, Daddy." "You sit. I push." The clock in his study never ticked again. But Adrian didn't need it anymore. He had learned that we are so busy watching the clock that we forget to read the story. It is timing. We chase the minutes, but we miss the moments. If there is a clock ticking in your life right now, don't wait for it to stop to understand what time really means. Don't wait for the silence to realize who you want to talk to. Don't wait for the empty room to remember who you want to fill it with. Time is ticking, not against you, but for you. Use it. Spend it. Love through it. Because the truth is, the clock will stop one day. The only question is, when it does, will you have actually lived?